Do you remember 3 months ago when I said that my guides and my ancestors had told me that I was not going to be doing tarot readings on this channel? And many of you messaged and asked for the tarot readings to carry on. And at that point, I wasn't really sure what exactly my new role was going to be in helping, assisting the collective, and what exactly was going on. Well, at the end of 2023, the vision got a lot clearer when my guides told me exactly what was going to be taking place. Now, we have a Pluto in Aquarius transit that is going to be happening on the 20th, the 21st of January, depending on where you live. And this transit is going to last for 20 years. It is going to be a long transit. I channeled some messages with my guides and my ancestors, which I'm going to be sharing in a tarot reading style video that is going to be going up at some point this week. But my guides and ancestors explained to me that my role was going to be changing somewhat, because now it was about a time and a phase of preparing and pivoting and turning, as we're going to be experiencing a lot of changes taking place as the systems that we know are going to be crumbling and falling away, especially with this transit in Aquarius. We're going to be seeing a lot of secrets being revealed. We're going to be seeing governments finally loosening their grip on the people. But like I said, this transit lasts for 20 years. So it is going to be a slow decline. And what I was shown was that my role was going to be about assisting people through showing them how I'm making preparations for me and my family, as we're going to be starting to do some farming, as we're going to be starting to prepare going off grid and just, stopping being fragile and relying on the government for our day-to-day living. And so if you're wanting to be seeing the videos, let me know and I'll start sharing some of them. But as for tarot readings, for sure, they're not going to be as frequent as they were in the past, because now it is all about really taking ownership and making the preparations and really going almost into isolation, even though we're not activating the hermit mode just yet. The hermit mode will be activated more in 2025 for the majority of us. So what I want to say to you, this is not a time to be afraid. This is not a time to feel fearful, to feel lost, but actually it's a time to welcome change. It's a time to be brave, to understand that us as a human family, we have to be willing to go through that hero's journey to get to the other side where we are calling the shots. As the signs are changing, we have this unique opportunity that literally happens perhaps once in a lifetime. And correction there, not even perhaps, in fact, it is once in many lifetimes. So now it's about understanding that every single person that is currently alive at this present moment in time, you are alive for a reason. You are alive to assist and to help and to really look after your own vibration and being very conscious about what it is that you're consuming, making sure that you're keeping your vibration as high as possible and that you're looking after yourself. So what I want to do in this video is to focus on the transit that is going to be happening on the 21st of January, or like I said, the 20th of January. So Pluto has been in Capricorn since the 25th of January 2008. I'm sure I'm quite right. And Capricorn is my rising sign. Capricorn really rules heavily my chart. So I really felt the energies of Capricorn, and it was indeed heavy. It was indeed a transformation that took place. And not only did I go through that Pluto transit, my sun sign is in Sagittarius. So before it hit my ascendant sign, it was on my sun sign. So it's almost like I've had a lifetime of these heavy transits going through my own personal life. And so I suppose this is why it is now time to be motivating the people, to be uplifting the people, and also to be mindful about not sugarcoating the things that are coming, because if we sugarcoat things, then people are not prepared. But at the same time, there's almost like this silencing that also happens from the community, where people think you are fear-mongering. It is not fear-mongering. If something is going to happen, it's about taking responsibility to put the warning out there. And for anyone who is fearful, to ask yourself why you're fearful and what you can do about that. Because it is so much better for us as a collective to go into this transit with our eyes wide opened, with ourselves being prepared, rather than feeling that the messengers were silenced and they were not able to say what was coming. And so then we go into this transit with our eyes closed and unprepared. So what I want to say to you, that when we're looking at the energies of Aquarius, Aquarius is about community, and it's also an individualistic sign. Aquarius is like we the people. It's about technology, and Pluto is about transformation and a rebirth. It's almost like that phoenix rising from the ashes. So us as a collective, these are the energies that we are going to be embodying. As systems crumble and fall, we are not going to perish, but rather we are going to rise from the ashes stronger than before, and taking our power back in the process. So the themes that we're going to be seeing is the people versus the powers that be, and a lot of power struggling that is going to be going on. There's going to be heavy censorships as the controllers of this world try to silence the people through propaganda. So it is going to be really important, like I said before, to be very mindful about what it is that you're consuming, because there is going to be a lot of misdirection that is going to be going on in an attempt to grab your attention so that things can be covered up, so that people, the system, the structures are not punished or don't take responsibility for the foul and disgusting things that they've been doing for a long time. So when you're being told to look over there, make sure you're looking the other way. When you're being told to look up, make sure you're being told you're looking down. Because like I said, there's a lot of misdirection that is going to be taking place. We're going to be seeing that when things are going to be coming up, when people are going to be exposed, when secrets are going to be revealed, instead of us demanding that justice is served, something else that takes our attention will happen. There'll be aliens that will come, and instead of us focusing on what is important, we are now looking at the aliens and we're forgetting what it is that we're meant to be focusing on. Just as when the case that is currently going on with the Epstein thing, when that was taking place last year, we had the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial that just came out from nowhere, and quickly social media really took up that trial, and everything was just really focused on these two people that really not long before no one really cared about, and all of a sudden we were all engrossed in these two individuals. So this is how our attention was taken away, and we allowed our attention to be directed in a different way when we should have been focusing on what was important and demanding justice to be served. So a similar thing, a similar theme is going to be happening again. So again, be very mindful about being consumed about something that comes up. And now our focus is being taken away to what is really important. So as we're talking about misdirection, we're going to be seeing that a lot of information, like I said, is going to be revealed, okay? And in doing so, it is really important for us to keep our attention on the prize, on the goal, on justice. Because for sure with Pluto going in Aquarius for the next 20 years, definitely the shit is going to hit the fan. People are going to have to understand that as we are going into maybe different wars, different conflicts, we need to again keep our eyes on the prize. There's going to be revolutions, there's going to be protests, there is going to be people wanting and demanding justice and blood as people are wanting to eat the rich. But understand that the good part about everything that is happening is that it is all about our liberation. If we stand firm, if we stay focused, we can get the justice that we want. But we must be willing to sacrifice our comforts and to allow the system that doesn't serve us to collapse and for it to finally go away. We really can't afford to go into the next millennia as willing slaves. This must end. But we are the ones who have to usher that new beginning in by taking responsibility of our own lives. There's a ton to say about this transit, but again, I don't want to make people fearful because this is not the whole purpose of the video. The purpose of the video is to say to you that we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to really start making the changes and seeing the changes happening, and for us to be brave enough to allow the collapse and the change to take place. Sometimes we need to almost like visualize a building that had gone up, but this building wasn't built in a proper way. It was dangerous. And as we looked at this building, we could see that it was falling. And some people maybe started putting plaster on and putting structures in place to stop this system or this building falling down. But really everyone knew that it was better if they just let it crumble. But some people don't want to go through the rubble. They don't want to go through, the painful transition. So as we are looking at this, it is all about us understanding that we have an opportunity to liberate ourselves. Do you want to liberate yourself? We as humans shouldn't need to pay for our accommodation, for food, for water that was put on this planet for free for us to consume, for us to enjoy, for us to have. Why are we paying for these things? Why are we allowing our time to be harnessed and our energies to be taken away by these energy vampires? So the tables must turn. We cannot really pussyfoot out of this situation, out of this liberation if we really want it. And especially for us, it's going to be for ourselves, for future generations, and for future generations after that. As I'm taking the ownership of my own transition, I'm going to be, like I said, sharing some of the things that I am doing if people are interested in that. I can say that for now, what I'm really doing is learning to farm, understanding how to do this in an organic way, healing the land, healing the soil. So I can share some of the farming videos that I have. But again, I am not a professional in this space, but it's about understanding that even though you might not be a professional in this space, you have to learn and you have to grow from where you are. You cannot let the fear of judgment or the fear of failure stand in the way. Not only am I going to be learning to do farming, I'm also going to be learning how to preserve my wealth, because we are going to be seeing a lot of wealth transfer that is going to be taking place. Again, I can share the strategies that I have in place. I'm working on being self-sufficient, going off the grid, and I know everyone can do what I'm doing, but I'm sharing this to inspire you to do what you can do, so that when the time comes, you're able to protect your energy and you're able to transition into the next chapter in a much easier way. So let's talk about the vibration of this transition. We're going to be seeing that technology is going to just explode, and it is going to be going through advancements at a pace that is just insane. We're going to see major breakthroughs. We're going to be seeing that technology can work for our benefit, but also expect that as we are seeing technology becoming better and better and better, there is still going to be censorship that is there. And the censorship that is there is going to allow us to have some serious conversation as to these technological advancements may get out of control. AI will become sentient by the end of this transit. And I wouldn't be surprised to see people starting to become Borgs, to start even marrying machines. These relationships by the end of this transit will be recognized because AI will be sentient and it will have its rights. The laws will be passed to give couples the protection that they need. There's going to be a ton of social changes that will happen and take place. Aquarius is about the individual, but also the collective consciousness. So, being that we are going through this transformation, expect social unrest as we are dismantling the structure and the governments that no longer serve the people. Our motto is going to be, we the people versus our oppressors. So expect a lot of tension as people become more vocal about their needs not being met. So go into the 20th of January expecting to have your values and your beliefs rocked to the core. As tons of secrets will be exposed, we are going to be left with our mouths wide open in disbelief at what has been going on. But again, focus on what is important. Focus on protecting your energy, and don't just be swept up in watching the train crash happen. Focus on you. Aliens will become a normal thing, will become a normal sight that within 20 years won't even bat an eyelid when you see an alien walking down the street. By the end of this transition, we know that today's governments won't exist. It might be hard to fathom right now that the structures that are here that seem so powerful, so invincible, that in 20 years they won't be here. And when we're talking about the structures, we're talking about money. We're talking about health, housing. We're talking about seeing poverty being finally put to rest. People want a simpler life. They want their freedom. And technology will be here to give us that freedom and to heal us. But we must understand that there has to be a balance between what it is that we're willing to give up in order to receive an easier and a simpler life. So we're going to be seeing things like cryptocurrencies being more government controlled and governments releasing their own cryptocurrencies and eventually just releasing one for everyone to use in the world. It's definitely going to be an exciting time, an interesting time, a shocking time sometimes. But when it's all said and done, if we really stick together, if we really work together, we are going to have the opportunity to truly change this world into something that is magnificent, into a paradise that will far exceed our expectations. So let me know in the comment section below, what is it that you are hoping to see as this transit takes hold, as we're going through the changes? What do you want to see? I'm interested to hear what you have to say and to have a conversation in the comment section below. Understand that when it's all said and done, no one really knows for sure what's going to happen, but we can all understand the energies that are here and the recipe that is on the book, and we can see exactly what is cooking in the kitchen. So this is the message that I have for you. Don't forget, give this video a big thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below about your thoughts on this video, about the thoughts on this transition, and anything else that you want to add. On that note, I'm going to see you in my next video, and it is a goodbye from me.